So I went back to my car and I put it back, and I had the wind thing on the wrong place. So I'm sorry if the first part of the video is windy, and I'm sorry if you guys can't hear me here. But it just was not working. I'm going to practice with it every night for the next, I don't know, 10, 15 days, next couple of weeks. And hopefully if I practice with it every night, I'll get better at how to move it and whatnot. And I'll just keep practicing with it until it's good. But for today, I'm sorry, you're going to have to go boom, 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 boom as I walk. I mean, it's just the way it's going to have to be. So I'm going to head back over to what I was showing you, which is over here. But first, I thought maybe we would stop in here. Take a look at this stone. It's pretty cool. You guys can see here. It says Arthur. Arthur and Aaliyah, maybe? Interesting. It's hard to read. Alright, so we have Mr. Arrington, MD, right here. You can see that. It's a big stone. And it looks like maybe it's a replacement stone, as good a condition as it's in, because the original one was placed in 1903. So I'm betting that this is very much a replacement stone. I don't think that this is the original stone by any stretch. It does have this that says "Our Babies." So I'm going to say that the original probably was more this style than this one, but the family has clearly come in. It looks like they had two little ones. They had a John and they had a Jean, and Jean lived 2 days, and it doesn't look like John even made it a day. Those babies must be buried here. So it's very sad. Alright, so let's head out over here and let's take a look at that one that I was going to show you, which has got the 3 stones upright on it. We're going to come past this one again with the planter on top. It's a unique style. I'm not sure if that's original or not, but it's definitely unique. And we're going to come over here and let's find out who's in this one. Let's see what we can find out about it. These are the Helms. This is the Helms family. So we have William Spencer, and wow, this one really needs to be cleaned. William Spencer and Lestelle. I never heard the name Lestelle before. And then we have Lucy Helms. It's kind of cool though, how it's filled in some of the letters in it. As you can see, the name's still in there. So Mayo is the middle, and Helms. If there's any text down there, it's impossible to read. Step across. This one doesn't appear to have anything on it. I'm still going to step across just in case. Oh, here we go. In memory of our father and mother, William Helms and Alicia Helms, buried at the Gray Cemetery in Knoxville, Tennessee. Now guys, I actually have uploaded some videos from Gray Cemetery in Knoxville. But take a look at this. It's really interesting. So we have 2 big and 1 slightly smaller. I wonder if that actually symbolizes like the length of life. So 2 of them lived a very, very full life, and the other one, maybe the life was cut short. Or maybe these are the older generations and this is the newer generation. I don't know. But definitely interesting. Let's see what's right behind me here. What have we got? Who have we got here? We have the Black family here. So we have Isaac and Miss Elizabeth. Looks like he died in 1810 and she died in 1820. This is a really interesting look for one, if you've ever seen one like this. The 2 diamonds. He was 82 and she was 65. But you can see they have the initial here at the very top. Let's see. The family name at the bottom. Very cool. Okay, so let's walk a little bit farther and see what else we can find. The diamond pattern is popular in this section, clearly. Let's see. go over here and take a peek at these. These are very interesting. We have the shrouded urns here. I expect these are going to be Thompson because that's Thompson. Let's step around here. Does it say? Oh, it says mother and father. This is interesting. I don't know that you guys can see that. Let me step closer so you can. See where it says mother on there? And it has the wreath and the shrouded urn. If we step over here, this one here, you can see where it says father. This one also has the eternal flame on the top. But there's nothing else on the stone. We're going to step across to be careful. And then on this one too, I believe that says mother again. So maybe a grandmother. That one unfortunately has been broken. And step it across. So I'm betting that these are the Thompsons that we're seeing over here because they're all lined up next to this stone. So this is Robert and John Moreau Thompson. Interesting. So Miss Lillian Beaumont, the beloved child of Robert and Elizabeth Thompson. So she was Lillian Beaumont Thompson. She died July the 24th of 1880, and she was just 3 years old and 7 months. And it says, "Suffer the little children to come unto me, and forbid them not, for such is the kingdom of heaven." Such a grand stone. So, not sure where little Miss Lillian is buried. And then on this side, we have Cecilia. Now here's something interesting, guys. Hopefully you can see. I'll step back so I can pull it back. There is actually a plot marker here that is not gone. It's covered up to a certain extent, but it is not gone. Also give you an idea of this monument. And if you can see, there is a beautiful lady at the top. See her? Zoom in a little. You see her? She's pointing heavenward. She's got her hand on the harp. Take a step around here. Let's take a look. I think it is. No, it's an anchor. She has her hand on an anchor, which would mean anchored in the faith. Zoom back out. And this here says Robert Thompson. He died at 61 years, and Miss Elizabeth Wiles, she died in 1922 at 83 years. Beloved aged face, to which each year added a divine grace. That's a beautiful quote. So that's the Thompsons. See what else we can find. Who else we can find? I also want to point out there are roads in here that you should not drive down, but that are actually roads that they drive down in here. Okay. So someone has been out here and has been cleaning. We have John Overton here. The shrouded obelisk. And it has the J-O in the middle. Let me get you in where you can see it. Pretty, and somebody's been cleaning on these. Now I will tell you guys that in this cemetery you actually have to pay them to clean. You are not allowed to come in here and clean. Now I have thought about getting certified with someone like Atlas Preservation, or there's actually a national company or a national society where you can be certified, and I've thought about doing that because I mean that would be really valuable. And maybe they would let me come clean if I were to do that. So hang on, I'm seeing some junk on the screen and I want you guys to be able to see. So hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, well that's as good as it's gonna get. I'm gonna have to take some canned air when I get home and get the rest out. Now, here is what is interesting to me. We have this, I've shown this one before. This very gorgeous, very elaborate stone, and we'll look at it in detail. But I've shown this lady here before, and she was not clean the last time I was here. She was not clean in the least the last time I was here. And so someone has come along and cleaned her. I don't know if she was vandalized and therefore they had to clean her. I know that she got a lot of nasty comments last time, but I'm going to show her to you anyways. So she is actually chained to the anchor. She is holding on to the anchor, which would represent anchored in Christ and Christianity. But like I said, some people have just been really nasty about it. Yeah, let me give you guys a good look at her. She's a pretty lady. And if she was vandalized, doesn't look like they did much damage, maybe a little chip right there on her dress. But otherwise, she's in pretty good shape, and that makes me happy. Unfortunately, we can't say the same about the gateway here, because there used to be 2 of these that would sit up here, and it would kind of lead you in to this area. Now, let's walk up here in between the graves. This says Thompson, okay? And it says, waiting for the Lord, for the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ, 1 Corinthians 1:7. Charles A. Arthur, I'm sorry, okay, so this says Charles A.R. Thompson, born February 1825 and died March the 20th of 1898, and his wife, Miss Kate, beloved wife of him. She was born in 1833 and died in 1884. And they have, look at this, I love this. Is that not gorgeous? Look at that. That's beautiful. And from 1884 for it to still be here in that great a condition, that's just fantastic. And then if we move up the stone, you can see this other beautiful lady standing above us. And she's actually got a hold of a thing of flowers. She's holding a handkerchief right here and the edge of the blanket, I guess. And she's actually got a flower in that hand to drop down on the grave. Isn't she beautiful? And then you have that beautiful cherub just below her. Now, on this side, it says Annie Thompson, born 1861 and died in 1940. And Edward Thompson, he was born in 1863 and died in 1935. And Miss Mary Allen Thompson, 1886 to 1931. And let's just go around here. Now, we do have other symbolism here. And you can see that it used to have little obelisks that sat on either side. This was a very elaborate grave. I'll see if I can find out about this family. On this side, it says Joseph Langley, 1867 to 1944, and Edith Langley, September of 1872 to 1856. And she has a middle name of T, so I'm betting that she is a Thompson, and that's why they're buried here. Now, we do have 2 little stones here. I don't know if these are foot markers for Thompsons or head markers. I don't know. I believe they're probably footstones based on what I'm seeing here. Let's keep going around this very elaborate one so you guys can see the rest of it. You're not like, well, what was on the other side? So again, we have the wreaths at the bottom. Unfortunately, the obelisk that sat here is gone, but we can still see this. This is Kate White Thompson, 1854 to 1856. It's only 2. Aww. And I've never seen that before. Have you ever seen someone spell January Jan''y? Interesting. Then we have John White Thompson, 1856 to 1857. He was just a year old. And Miss Louise. She was a little bit older, but still very, very young. Born 1858 and died in 1964. So she was, let's see, doesn't look like she made it to her 8th birthday. Right? Because it was December. She'd been December of 64 to make it to her. No, sorry. My math is off here. That would be her 6th, so she was 5. I might need some caffeine this morning. And then here's this lovely lady again. Once again, chained to the anchor of faith, standing in front. Now, I don't know if there was ever another lady standing here, And it also looks like maybe she has at some point been broken, if you see this line right here. But if she was very beautifully restored. So, really beautiful. Come on, focus. Gravestone here. Okay, so let's move on. You can see this very beautiful elaborate stone here in Mt Olivet. There used to actually be a sculpture inside of that one. Unfortunately though, that sculpture has been removed. I'm not sure if it was just vandalized and so therefore it was removed for safety, or if it has actually been completely destroyed. But you can see that it is very much like a cathedral. Get you in there a little bit better. You can see that. And then you can also see here, we have a lot of grass on the ground today, that the family all have very similar stones that go all the way around this one. And then we have John Carter, and he is actually a really interesting guy. I will have to do a full-on story about him. He perished in the Baldwin Hotel fire, San Francisco, California. And he was brought back here. So you can see his family is buried here. And at the bottom it says, this monument built by friends and admirers of the American turf. And this is not a cheap stone, not today, not then, but a really beautiful stone. We have the Warner family over here. So we have James Warner, the purest treasure, mortal times affords a spotless reputation. Mary Williams, wife of James G. Warner, born in 1831 and died in 1910. Has some really beautiful sculpture on it. See if I can get around some of these graves here. You can see the carvings on this are really pretty impressive. It's really beautiful. All through there. Look at this one, guys. It's sitting here. I can step in between the graves and get there. These are the children of the Warners. So we have James, Mary, and Andrew. And take a look at this. So I will find this out. But it's actually, if you guys can see, we have clouds at the top. We have a hand pointing to 3 stars. And then this sits on, their names sit on a scroll. You guys kind of see that? So we have the cloud, we have the hand and the 3 stars, and then each one is bordered off with this. Beautiful is that? Making sure we have no snakes around me, guys, because I will dance and scream and y'all will laugh and laugh. Nothing on the back of it at all. See this elaborate stone here. See what else we can find. Who else should we go look at? Let's go over here. I've not really explored these areas, so we're going to explore them together. See what we can find. This one unfortunately has been severely messed up, needs to be put back together. I'm sure they will at some point. We have a tree here with that is way broken off, so I'm going to assume this person was probably fairly young when they passed. Beloved brother, but you can see the laurel wreath with the short column, which would definitely mean a life cut short. We have Annie Chadwell Richardson here. That's pretty. And that has some flowers that are a little different. Look, you've got a rose. And that would, the way that that rose is, would mean she lived a full life. But look, she's also got a daisy. And that would also mean that she lived a full life. There are flowers over here in this tree. This bush has gotten big. We just have roses on this side. Daisies, just so you guys know, they mean purity when you're in a cemetery. Huh. Wonder what's going on in here. Look at this, guys. We've actually got some digging that's happened in here. I don't know if it's... We've also got feathers in here. So let's see. We have the Chadwell. It's Chadwell. And it doesn't look like they're digging graves because the spots are all around it. It looks like maybe an animal has been bedding down under here. Here's the feather. I'm not going to crawl up in there, but the grave. And there's another little grave over there, which you guys can see underneath this. But I'm going to tell you why I don't think they're digging up graves. Because you do have right in there, which would lead to concerns. But then when you come around here, we also have digging in here. Might just have a groundhog living over here. Groundhogs are not cemetery keepers' friends. But there's just digging randomly all the way around that bush. So I'm going to say I don't think that it's grave digging at all. So we have Good Bar here from his friends. Once again, we have the Laurel Wreath. Never heard this name. Let me see what I can find out about him. I've never heard that one. Nothing at all on the back of the stone. Okay. Now this, and there's no, the other part that I'm noticing, y'all, is there's no marker on the ground. So we have the big family stone, and then nothing. Just nothing. Interesting. I did not bring my little broom with me today. Clearly I need to, and come back and find out who the Norvilles are. Look at all this. It's rained a lot, so don't be upset with the cemetery. They're just trying to keep it down, and heaven help them. It's still probably ankle deep in here. I'm hoping I don't get chiggers. But we have the Norvilles, who are all buried in here. So, alright, well I expect that this video is getting kind of long. I'm actually going to go down maybe and show you guys these right here in the next video. These are mausoleums that are built into the hillsides, and I have researched some of them, but I'm probably going to head down that way and see if I can show those to you, if I can figure out a good way to get down there without sliding down the hill, because funny, it wouldn't feel good. So anyways, we may explore the top of them really quickly, and then I'll show you the bottom, but that'll be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I will continue to try to explore. This place has thousands and thousands and thousands of people, so it will take a while to explore them all. Explore the whole place. So if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.